I'm getting so sick of this guy.
No! No one deserves that.
Charlie Kirk's blood is on Dean Withers and all these people. I'm done pretending otherwise. Libertarian Republicans really gone to shit since Trump won. Yeah, the first part, I kind of agree with that, but yeah, Rand Paul, what the hell? Dude, you're gonna attack Vance for saying that stuff. It's unbelievable that Rand Paul is going the route of Thomas Massie. Are you serious? Dude, well, what's up with Kentucky Republicans sucking? Who's the best Kentucky Republican in the House or the Senate? Who? Can anyone name one that's actually decent? Because you got Mitch McConnell, Andy Barr, you have Thomas Massie, and now Rand Paul. Is there a single decent one right now? I can't name one. I can't think of a good one. Cake up for 2. Harris plus 3 in Iowa. Remember, yeah. Real Texie, remember the day the Ann Seltzer poll dropped? How bad it was on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember we did a stream on that.
Yeah, I had to. It was so insane. That's like really Harris plus 3. Great. Yeah, we had to do a stream on that because it's so shitty.
That's why Democrats are spending so much in Iowa now, because they think that,
I don't know. He has freaking lost it. What is up with Kentucky Republicans being shit? Right here. And oh my gosh, 144,000 people like this shit.
Probably Democrats.
Oh, it's
like
all resist libs.
Or like the Massey stands, probably.
Yeah, so, this is what he said. JD, quote-unquote, I don't give a shit, Vance, says killing people he accused of crime is the highest and best use of the military. Did he ever, oh my gosh, did he ever read To Kill a Mockingbird? Did he ever wonder what might happen if the accused were immediately executed without trial or representation? What a despicable and thoughtless sentiment is to glorify killing someone without a trial. And, Real Texan, who was Vance referring to in this situation?
Oh, the drug traffickers.
Yeah, the drug cartels, the people that aren't even citizens.
They were just immigrants looking for a better life in America.
This lady was just she wasn't even doing anything. She was just sitting there, and this guy just stared at her for like 5 minutes and stabbed her. Like no reason, just stabbed them or her. Like, it's a serious problem. This has gone on for far too long. It's getting worse by the day. And now, you see how Axios responded to this?
Oh yeah, they blame MAGA Republicans.
Yeah, let me pull this up. The MAGA Republicans. These freaking people.
Yeah, the MAGA Republicans install the cameras, and that's why, we can't have cameras on the trains anymore because, they'll catch crimes that happen. And remember, Charlotte's crime's at a 30-year low, so the cameras are proving that we have to take away the cameras. 30-year low.
The gruesome video of the fatal knife attack on Irana Zurtuska on a light rail car in Charlotte is drawing attention from MAGA influencers seeking to elevate the issue of violent urban crime and accuse mainstream media of undercovering shocking cases. The MAGA Republicans, and don't they really say like they installed the cameras there or something?
Yeah. It's going against the claim that crimes at a 30-year low. So the cameras are racist.
The rising number of surveillance cameras in public spaces, including on Charlotte's light rail, has become a big accelerant in these cases. The video is easily shared or leaked and can instantly pollinate across social media, a visual counterpoint to statistics showing crime decreases. Holy shit! They're really blaming MAGA Republicans. Oh my gosh. A question for everybody. Which party was the one that wanted to have body cams for the cops 10 years ago? Anyone forget about that? Which party wanted that again?
Democrats and also myself.
Yeah. Well, anyone
So
comes
I supported the body cameras during peak woke, and that's like, I mean, honestly, during peak woke, I mean, I still consider myself a Trump supporter, but I did kind of fall for the whole George Floyd thing. I will admit that.
According to the New York Post, the Trump administration has initiated Operation Midway Blitz, a massive push to target illegal immigrants and fight violent crime in the city of Chicago. Well, sit back and watch a shit show. Because that's what this is going to be. This is going to be an utter shit show in Chicago. So it looks like we are actually going to the city right now. We're going to start to clean up the city like we did in DC. Which is good, but it's going to be a mess, I think. I'm feeling it's going to become a mess in Chicago. We'll see.
Yeah, it's like the 8 to 7 map. It splits up Columbus, like the city of... Well, I mean, the city obviously has to be split, but they split it to the point where it makes 2 safe Democrat seats.
It's illegal.
And then they have the North Lake Erie Snake, which actually might violate laws because it's connected by water and not by land.
Yeah, look at how hideous this looks. Yeah. Look at this. This is the fair and democracy map, everybody. Like, this is the table, by the way. This is for the results. Yeah, it is a... Is that an 8-7 map, right?
Yeah, 8-7. They also pack Cincinnati, which is fine. I don't really care about that. It's the other ones they do.
I mean, look at this. They have one in, like, Hamilton County, Franklin. They split a bunch of times. It's utter insanity that this...
I think they make the Dayton seat actually Democratic.
Oh, they do? Really?
I think by, like, a very...
23-year-old Ukrainian refugee named Uryana was stabbed to death on a Charlotte Metro light rail, and absolutely zero, and I mean zero major news outlets have reported on it, because the perpetrator was black and has a history of severe mental illnesses like schizophrenia.
And he was let out by Governor Roy Cooper turned Senate candidate Roy Cooper. I would like to point that out as well.
He's like, what, a 14-time hospitalized? Yeah. Not 14 times. He had been put into an institute 14 times. Roy Cooper had let him out, and then he went...
I will also mention the mainstream media outlets that have reported on this incident blame the MAGA Republicans.
Yeah, the MAGA Republicans.
They blame them for racism because of the footage.
Yeah,
they're not talking about the stabbing.
Shouldn't be remotely acceptable. And I'm fucking... The only people who disgust me more than the people letting them out are these right-leaning grifters who say she deserved it. No! No one deserves that. She just got here from Ukraine like 4 years ago. Yeah, she didn't know fucking better. If she... These people don't know better. Our society has failed them. And we don't need to be saying these people deserve to be killed and have their lives snuffed out because they supported XYZ thing. That is not only fucking insane to say, that just proves that you are a desensitized sociopath who has absolutely zero care about the value of another human being's life.
Yeah.
I hold very strong opinions about people, but I would not wish death upon them for supporting another thing. And that's the issue that a lot of these leftists and these right-leaning grifters have. Like, no, these people shouldn't be allowed, these people shouldn't be tolerated. It is a tragedy when someone loses their life, no matter what. Because that is someone's daughter, that is someone's son, that is someone's mother, that is someone's father, that is someone's sister or brother. The loss of life is always something to be mourned. And if you are going online and saying she deserved it so you can get digital brownie points from your online political fucking circle jerk, you are a disgusting human being and you should probably go offline for a while.
Yeah,
and go touch grass.
Even if she supported BLM, which she didn't, that was a fake image, I don't care. She got killed for no reason. The guy was just sitting there and just stabbed her. No reason.
There is zero, and I mean zero, instances where random acts of violence that could happen to anybody could... There's There's no excuse. There's no excuse for a random act of violence like that could happen to anybody. Because the person is mentally ill and doesn't give a shit about what you are or what you believe.
Yeah.
There's zero instance where that should be politicized or excused or, God forbid, accepted. Especially by terminally online wingnobs who don't fucking care and exist online solely to grip. No! Random people getting...
Kid South Park this shit. Which is bad. But...
Yeah, it's been bad for 10 years, by the way.
But now it's
But it's
like...
gotten really bad recently.
I
It's
mean,
like really...
Even a lot of South Park fans are like, okay, we get the joke. We get it. They want Trump to sue them, and now they're just going insane. He's not.
But he's not going to sue them. That's not worth his
They're more
time.
crazy. They're getting more crazy by the second. It's like every day. It's like Fox News, Fox News, Fox News. And Trump has a small, you know what? It's like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, they've jumped the shark. They've been kind of mid or not very good for 10 years, if not longer. But they have really jumped the shark lately. Like it's like The Simpsons. Honestly, even Family Guy, like. You know, Family Guy is a show that's better suited for TikTok clips than an actual show, but I haven't heard any Family Guy in, like, a long time.
Yeah, so, oh my god. They're the ones releasing job reports each month, and look at this. There was virtually no job creation in the last year of the Biden admin, and the data was so bad that it was making it sound like, yeah, Trump surged with jobs. But in reality, the revisions came down. It's not because of Trump, by the way. It's because the Biden admin lied about it so much. Look at this. Look at how much they lied about the jobs report. And this is from like April of last year to March of this year, so you can't say it's Trump's economy. Basically, there were 900,000 jobs that did not exist. 900,000. That's bad.
Trump economy, guys. Trump economy.
The economy
Remember,
was
guys, President Biden presided over the greatest economic recovery of our time, and we saw insane job growth and all this, and now we're being told that now we're being told that 1 million jobs that the Biden admin supposedly presided over didn't even exist, and that they were just manufactured statistics. I've said it before, and I will continue to say it over and over. You cannot fucking trust a Democratic presidential administration. They will lie about everything, and this also goes back to what I said last week with being unable to trust BLS and how they actually handle jobs reports and weather forecasts for the job market. What's up, Dad?
Oh my gosh.
Demanding dangerous weapons be taken off the streets.
Are you shitting me? Oh yeah, just do what the UK did. Just ban butter knives.
So yeah, he's gonna call for knife control.
These people are insane. This is the UK did the same shit, and it got worse. We're gonna ban guns. They have a knife problem now. But yeah, so he is saying we got to get rid of dangerous weapons off the streets. Real Texan, what did the guy use to kill this person? Was it a gun?
Pretty sure it was a pocket knife.
Oh, I'm sure we could just regulate that. Fuck off with this. I'm getting sick of these people. Like, these people just objectively hate America. They just hate everybody. They just hate everybody. They're so delusional that they act like, the scary part is, I think they actually believe that this would work. The official BLM account saying, we have the right to violence. In response to this,
yeah, it was on their story. I think it's gone now because Instagram stories only last 24 hours.
Yeah, but somebody got the screenshot.
Yeah.
So, you have BLM saying you have the right to violence. What are we doing here? How?
I mean, Black Lives Matter. Basically, I mean, they're obsessed with the idea of like black people leaving. Like it's kind of like. They want, like, the 1803 Haitian Revolution, but in America.
I guess it's true, but they should declare a terrorist organization. If you're calling for violence, I mean, that's basic textbook terrorist organization stuff. If you're saying, we have a right to violence, All right, racism bad, so we have to riot and like stab people and stuff. If you're saying stuff like that, it should be declared a terrorist organization. Well, CNN finally posted an article about this, and they said how the lives of a Ukrainian refugee and a Charlotte man with a criminal history converged in a fatal stabbing.
We're calling him Charlotte Man now.
They're making it sound like that this was like a couple or whatever. That this was a normal couple that got stabbed. What? Why are you making a big deal with a Charlotte man? Huh?
They can't say, well, they can't mention race unless it's a white on black, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Because, only white people can be racist.
This is a real thing, by the way. This is a real headline by CNN. Oh, I guarantee you NBC. Oh yeah, and speaking of the New York Times, you see what they did with like the capitalization like words?
Oh yeah, I think it's actually like an actual. It is a policy among a lot of mainstream media that black has to be capitalized.
Why?
Because of it's like policy for pretty much every media outlet. I think they have to capitalize black.
If the video's released, a number of influential conservatives. Oh, go fuck yourself. It's old right-wing stuff, and then like basically in summary, any marginalized group has to be capitalized, and a white has to be lowercase. Wrong. And look at the last part of this article. Like again, like the whole point is capitalization. But I didn't realize this. In North Carolina, as in other states, newspapers in the Jim Crow era often egregiously exaggerated stories about black criminality. Among other things, such stories serve as a precursor to a white supremacist uprising in Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, we didn't have security cameras in Jim Crow era, North Carolina, so obviously, word of mouth that did have. Obviously, word of mouth in Jim Crow era that
yeah,
did
that's
have
different.
some.
Fine.
Yeah, that obviously had some issues, but
it's the year 2025.
Yeah, so that's why we have to take away the cameras because it's racist or something.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna start seeing.
Take away the cameras. Yeah, surely you really. I don't think you want to go back to Jim Crow era South without cameras. You don't.
Yeah, like obviously, like there's some shit that happened, but every time it's like, who cares? Yeah, something happened 100 years ago, 130 years ago. Yeah, it's fucked up what happened, but it's been 130 years. Like seriously.
Or like the 50s or whatever,
At least, yeah, brother, at least the 50s. They're bringing up the 1890s. Like, I'm just gonna base it off.
I'm telling you, I can repeat the story. A few days ago, what I do is I go around surveying people with Americans for Prosperity. That's what we do. We just go around surveying people, getting people's perspectives. There was this old lady, seemed very innocent and shit. I asked, what's your top issue? And she said that Republicans are a fascist cult trying to overthrow democracy, and I want to see every single one of them in prison. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is like an old lady thinking this. If an old lady can think this, how many fucking schizos are gonna believe this? A large chunk of America's like that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, the whole thing is that, this stuff is, the whole thing is, all these people are online. All these people are online. It's not real life.
I wish they were online.
Like, I talk to people about this shit for work, and I can tell you it is not just online.
Yeah, again, like,
there is a...
Sorry to interrupt you, but this is the poll that I talked about earlier, right here. This is what I was referring to. It's like a third of the country literally wants Trump murdered, and it's like a majority of Democrats. Hey guys, how did MSNBC respond yesterday? What did they originally say with the shooting?
They said divisive figure, and then they brought a guy on, which for their credit got fired. I think the whole network should shut down. But the guy basically said, he said Kirk had it coming to him because and by the way, that was one of the respectable Republicans, by the way.
That was a Republican at MSNBC. The Republicans said that. But go on, sorry.
Nah, it's fucking respectable Republicans.
This is the former Bush Republicans to Democrats are far more unhinged than like lifelong progressives.
Oh,
like the Lincoln Project, Rick Wilson, Matthew Dowd,
Joe Walsh.
Like they're far more unhinged because they're like bitter
that their party. They're bitter that their party lost. That's why. Because they're bitter about their party. That's the reason they hate it so much. Like, because the progressives, the way they see it, it's like they were never in the GOP. They have no fucking, like, yeah, they don't like it. They don't ideologically agree with it. But, like, these Bush type people, you know, they feel as if their party was taken from them, you know, was just like violently cooed out. So that's kind of the reason they go so hard on this shit.
Turning Point USA pushes disinformation, attacks public education, and fuels culture wars to divide, distract, and destroy. Their real mission? To build an army of alt-right robot voters, will train the next generation of right-wing operatives, and silence anyone who fights for progress and humanity. That's Dean Withers saying this, or at least his organization. Just
horrible.
Keep going, because they're targeting our communities, our campuses, and our future. Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk are building a youth-powered authoritarian movement, and they're doing it completely unchallenged and out in the open. That's why we're showing up. We're not just responding to their presence. We're organizing to outnumber, out-strategize, and outlast each and every one of them. That's from Dean Withers' group, or whatever, like his own tour. He was saying this. He was saying it's an ultra-MAGA movement trying to brainwash people and trying to silence people. Question, did Charlie Kirk ever censor anybody at his campuses? Extremist Charlie Kirk. That's brainwashing young people, making them all authoritarian nut jobs, making them operatives, and they're all robots. Like, that's another thing. They're dehumanizing people on the right. This is Charlie Kirk's blood is on Dean Withers and all these people. I'm done pretending otherwise. His blood is on these guys' hands. If Trump's admin does not do anything about this, I'm done with them. There, I said it. This is like a moment in history where Trump has to act. He cannot just sit back and let the world burn. No. You have an opportunity to engrave your legacy for potentially saving this country and stop these people from, like, killing people. No, literally killing people. But if you sit back, and even Larry Schweiker brought up a good point. Let me bring up what he said. This is his time to act, the time to shine. If he doesn't do it now, it will piss off millions of Americans, because, like, this is a moment that he has to demonstrate that he doesn't piss around. Like, these people try to kill you, and now they just killed Charlie Kirk.
You have to take action. You have to take action. You have to do something against these people. You have to do something.
Yeah.
And you have to think out what you're gonna do. We really...
Schweikert, President Trump, listen to me. I believe I have the pulse of a great of many Americans who are sick of the leftist feces. And it is leftist. The Democrat Party, the terrorist organization, should be dubbed so. You will have a very narrow window to contain a heap of big violence. The right has stood by, patiently waiting for the law, so have I. It ends today. You and Pam Bondi should be drafting charges right now against every single violent leftist voice, every single person in the Russia hoax, every single person in lawfare, MSDNC, and CNN should lose their licenses for the hate they spew. You should want to allow that from the KKK. Here is the moment to act. Become Churchill, take half measures to become Chamberlain, because in this case, the people aren't going to take having beautiful girls stabbed in metros or peaceful speakers on college campuses assassinated. It's up to you. He's right, by the way. If President Trump does not immediately do something, like, I'm talking like tomorrow, we better start seeing people get charged. What's going to happen to this country in 10 years? Seriously, like...
It's going to be absolutely horrifying. That's kind of what happened.
He's talking about the Epstein files still.
For real?
Oh my... He made one tweet about Charlie Kirk's death, and everything else since then has been Epstein. I can't even link it. I can't even link the tweet.
Fucking moron, dude.
He is only talking about the Epstein files. That's all he talks about. I'm getting so sick of this guy. Yeah, right here, I finally got the tweet pulled up. He literally said, we have 217 to 218 signatures required. We just need one more congressman to sign the discharge petition in order to force a vote in the House on a bill to release the Epstein files. He posted this morning. He made one small tweet on Charlie Kirk, and everything else has been Epstein. He's lost it. Yeah, it's time for this asshole to go. I don't care if we get, like... At this point, if you're this big of a scumbag, You're gonna make a big deal with the Epstein files over Charlie Kirk getting shot? Oh, it's all a distraction. Screw you.
You want to know why all these people are celebrating? You want to know why all these public figures are getting backlash for condemning it from their audience? It's because the way this audience sees it, the person that they're watching, they've been saying for months that, like, Trump is a Nazi, he's a fascist, he's destroying democracy. So then when someone takes into action what they would do in a situation where there was a fascist or a Nazi in charge, they act like, why are you condemning that? A Nazi's dead. Like, that's what the audience is. This isn't the audience's fault. They're just stupid. These people don't have fucking agency, okay? They're dumb. They just repeat what these narrative talking heads say. These narrative talking heads know these people aren't fascists. They know Trump's not a fascist. They know Charlie Kirk was not a fascist. If they thought he was, they wouldn't be condemning this.
Yes.
But they are.
And people understand.
And they are fucking doing this for money.
But I think what's very odd is people are using this to push gun control, or they're using Charlie Kirk's past comments about gun control here. This guy was a 22-year-old with no criminal history, and he shot him with a bolt-action hunting rifle.
The only way you could have prevented this is by banning, like, all guns.
Yeah.
No. Like, not even that. No. Like, you could have, even if you had British or Australian gun control, you could have the strictest gun control in the Western Hemisphere, or in the West in general. Any 22-year-old can get a rifle, can get a hunting rifle. It is not difficult. That dude lived in, like, a rural Utah county.
The southwest corner.
St. George, which is a fairly decent metro area, but
still, it's rural-ish Utah. It's not even, like, the biggest metro. This idea that...
The response.
Jasmine Crockett's back in the news.
when isn't she in the news?
She said, and I quote, "Me disagreeing with you, me calling you a wannabe Hitler, all those things are not necessarily saying go out and hurt somebody."
Well, the problem is, you have an entire left wing whose entire LARP, because it is a LARP for the record, the LARP of punch a Nazi or shoot a Nazi or anything, or like the whole where, like, you know, like the Mussolini thing where they'll put the picture upside down because Mussolini was killed hanging upside down. You cannot do that. You cannot have a left wing whose entire LARP is about killing or punching or just being violent towards Nazis and fascists, and then all the left-wing politicians refer to anyone right of center as a Nazi or fascist. I can't really make the joke because it's YouTube, but, like, someone like Jasmine Crockett is not able to understand, like secondary effects. Well, she's just too fucking stupid to figure that out.
Well, and one more comment specifically, like, with all the people who are calling for gun control. And I told this to a leftist on Twitter once, where I'm like, okay, you've identified the how of how the violence happened, but you haven't addressed the why of why it happened. Because, like, we've had guns in the country since literally the founding. You didn't have people, like, shooting up schools, like, on a regular basis like we do now. It's clearly a mental health thing, or probably someone suffering from, like, I don't know, like, demonic influence or something. That's the bigger thing that needs to be addressed, not the guns themselves. Because if they didn't use a gun, they would have used, like, a knife or something else to kill someone. That's the bigger issue.
Yeah, so it's a mess.
I mean, obviously it won't. It should go further, but it has been a little cathartic seeing a lot of people get fired for this. Like, for
I'm not
their
going to
comments.
comment on it. I'm not going to say anything about it, but
I mean, if I'm allowed to say it, I'm going to say it. I mean, these people, you
they
know
get
what,
they
man?
fucking deserve.
Like, and here's the worst part. They're going to say, oh, well, now the right cares about cancel culture. Here's what I will say about this. Cancel culture is the idea that because you tweeted out something that was bigoted 10 years ago, or you hold a political opinion that some people find offensive, that you should be fired, ostracized, attacked. That is cancel culture. What this is accountability. You are going online as a doctor, as a nurse, as a teacher, as a firefighter, and you are talking about how this person deserves to die for the crime of being conservative and debating people on college campuses. And the idea, and like these people, and the worst part is, some of these people, they have direct control over your lives. They teach your children 8 hours a day. They are responsible for like giving you a blood transfusion if you're in the hospital and you're hurt. These people are dispatchers, and it's their job to like have the police at your location. If this is how they are openly speaking with their government legal name, if this is how they're speaking about someone getting shot in a crowd in front of his wife and kids, can you trust them in any capacity to be unbiased if you need their assistance and you're a conservative? There's no fucking way. I mean, even if they try to consciously push past it, their entire brain has been hardwired in favor of just this entire group of people, this 40 to 50% of the country that agrees with Charlie Kirk, they're all bad people, and their deaths would be a good thing.